All right. Morning, everyone. Um, so today is day 22 for Math 133. Let me share my screen. We're going to be today looking at the Chapter 11 review. Um, and that's it. We don't have any lecture notes to cover today. As I mentioned before, use the time that you would have been using for your lecture notes. Start taking a look at the sample final exam. We're going to cover the sample final exam on Monday. Um, Elaine and Cindy are going to look at it with you guys as well. But the sample final exam's pretty big. It's 12 pages, so um, you're gonna want some time to do that. We're not gonna be able to cover the whole thing on Monday, um, so there you go. Anyway, so today though is the Chapter 11 review worksheet, and let me pull up my fun little visualizer so we can see what I've got writing. All right. Um, Make sure you fill out the that one question survey about where you're going to be taking the final exam. Um, by the way, this week, so let's jump back over here. This week is the last week for the discussion boards. So this is week 11. So if if you're watching this video and you couldn't be here on Monday or Wednesday, you need to fill out the week 11 discussion board. But next week is the final exam. There's no discussion board for next week, so come to class or don't come to class. I mean, that's up to you, but hopefully you want to be there for the final, right? So that's the important thing. Okay, cool. I forgot to mention that. All right, so chapter 11 review. All right, so I'm going to give you some quick info on where to find some of these. Uh, page 238, um, and then this one here is also page 238. Page 227. Okay. Most of that stuff is pretty easy. So I don't think you need too many hints on that. Sorry. The chapter 11 review worksheet starts on page 526. Sorry about that. Page 526. Okay, so page 527 now. Um, so uh there's an example for this one on page 225, part A. This is page 227. Okay. Let's see, page 528. Um, so keep in mind that the degrees of freedom is n minus 1. Okay. So, uh, so be careful with that. Okay. Um, this one, find an example of this on page 220F. Okay. All right. Page 529. So, uh, is there enough evidence to support the claim that the control group has a lower proportion? So, for this one, we're doing the hypothesis test. So there's 6 steps, right? So H0, right? And you want P1. So the null hypothesis, we always are comparing to equals, right? Equals 0 or equals each other, okay? And then alternative hypothesis is either not equal, greater than, less than, right? And then here you're writing out what your alpha is, writing out what your z value is. And for this one, so when we have two populations, you don't need to show your work. You don't need to include the formula here. If there's one population, I would like to see the formula. Chapter 11 is all about comparing two different populations, okay? And then we compare p-value to our alpha and make a decision. And the decision is always we accept, or sorry, not accept. We never accept null hypothesis. We either reject the null or we do not reject the null. Okay. There is sufficient evidence. There's not sufficient evidence. Okay. Page 242. Okay. All right. So chapter 11 is a long worksheet. So I'm kind of speeding through the hints here because I want to jump in and make sure we have time to get all of it done. So we're on page 531. No, 530, page 530. So page 530. So page 244. Okay. So let's see. So this one, we're going to be doing, uh, we're comparing means. Okay. So you're still going to have an alpha. Okay. But for step 3, you're not going to have a z value. You have a t value. Okay. So, so pay attention to the difference between page 244 and page 242, where uh, depending on whether we're looking at proportions or means. Okay. All right. Page 531, and then we'll jump in and work on this. Uh, so this one is page 243. Okay. Again, we are looking at means here, so we would do a t value. Okay. Okay. All right. That's all the hints I'm going to give you, but we're going to work through the worksheet, make sure we get all the questions right. So